Hi, everybody. I'm Willem.
And I'm Tim.
And this is Hear Me Out Pitch. Well, if you came straight from the reaction video, hello. It was nice. It's nice doing like two things at once, even though the first one was like 14 minutes, but whatever. It's going to be a lot of fun. Which is still so weird that we're starting to like really get interactions today. Mm-hmm. And it's Wednesday. And
it is Wednesday, my dudes.
It is Wednesday, my dudes. And
if you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
If you don't, you're either too old or too young. And I'm sorry.
Well, everybody, it is just another you know what? I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to be able to do this little hobby. So
a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. It's nice. It's a nice way for me to just let other things go. So, yeah. So thanks, Tim. This is always fun. So, but today on the docket, like we said, I did have kind of a cue, and today we're knocking out one of the ones I had planned. And yeah, it's another artist, and I want to try.
To be clear, we are not knocking out the artist. We're talking about his art.
No, we're knocking him out.
Or their art.
It's good.
I
think we'd have to go to another country for this one, by the way. So I don't have the time to do that.
I think they might be German.
Well, I don't want to assume. I do not want to assume. But anyway, and so now you're all like, who are we talking about? Well, we're talking about one picture that I saw. It popped up on my feed, and I was like, whoa. And it had like had a brief name. And I'll kind of read a little bit of what he said. But this is from artist. I want to say it's Sant, because I don't think it's Sant.
No.
I don't know. But I'm so sorry. If
it is German, I could call my brother and get him to pronounce it.
But Sant V. Schreiber.
Schreiber, maybe?
He said, this is what he said. I actually asked him, and he said, he said, my last name, kind of like Snyder. So
Schreiber.
Okay. That's what I'm thinking. Because it does look like it's some Germanic, scribe, all that fun stuff. So Schreiber.
I knew a guy whose last name was Schreiber. So.
Oh.
And he was German.
Schreiber.
But if this is Schreiber, then it's Schreiber.
All right. So I'm so sorry if I said the sound wrong. I just want to say maybe like Mr. Schreiber. I don't know. I'm so sorry. Guys, I am terrible with names. When I lived in Africa, it was definitely a struggle. It took me a while to get names down. I struggle. I do my best. I struggle with my own name. People struggle with my name all the time. Then I get it. So please forgive. You know how many Williams I get? Like, oh, hi, William. I'm like, it's not William. It's Willem. It's the Danish one.
Autocorrect changes your name to William.
Oh, the amount of people that will text me, oh, hi, Willem. And I'm like, I'm just going to assume you're using autocorrect. Or they get the worst one I ever got, guys. Random thing. And I'll go right to it. Was Wallab.
Wallab.
Wallob. Don't know how, but Wallab. That's the worst one I ever got. They were asking me if I taught private swim lessons, and I guess it was crowded that day, and I saw their mouth go, and I was like, yeah, that's my name. And when they wrote a note, Wallab.
When you're naming your next character, your next D&D character.
No. His name's gonna be Wallab the Wallaby. It's gonna be great. He's gonna be a Wallaby Ranger. It's gonna be great. He's gonna be sitting there as a little boomerang. It'll be wonderful. And for any Australian listening, I'm so sorry. That was terrible, and I butchered it. And usually my Australian just goes straight to British, and I apologize. I'm too tired for that right now. Anyway, sorry. So,
Well, we're gonna talk about this particular art piece.
so what do you think about it? Because all he says in the description of this picture is from the unknown, and I'll put it up here. Is it up? I don't know. It might be up. I don't know.
If you didn't put it up, you can sue him.
Yeah, if you can't look it up, hopefully I've also put up the Instagram. If not, here's another one. Instagram of the man of Mr. Schreiber. So I'm so sorry, guys. I must be so cringy to you, and I apologize. But so what did you think of this picture? Because it showed up on my feed, and I just remember staring at it, going, I don't know what's going on, and I just stared and stared.
This is what I thought.
Is that who I think it is?
Yes.
Is it lol?
This is yes. That is.
Could you
lol.
send me that so I could show them what you showed me?
I can. I mean, I think this is official.
Just screenshot it.
I just did.
All right. Jeez, the world is so much easier sometimes.
Hello,
guys. I've actually made like an Excel sheet talking about what we're going to talk about for the coming up weeks, and I have put pictures and descriptions and things you've sent us. So yeah. Also, quick note and selfish plug here. If anyone ever has any idea, anything, put in the comments. Put in a comment just a simple phrase you think we can make a story out of. Anything. Send us, DM us, email us. We don't care.
If you've got D&D characters. I'm a dungeon master. I really like talking about D&D characters.
Please, no, they're going to start giving you monster ideas.
Oh, I've already got
but
100 that I'm never going to get to use.
But what if they give you a really good one?
Then I'll use it.
I gave Tim a really bad one, and I'm still scared he's going to do it one day.
It's great.
No.
Anyway, that picture immediately gave me Lolth vibes. If you don't know who Lolth is,
apparently I'm obsessed with her.
In Dungeons and Dragons lore, Lolth is the Spider Queen. She is the goddess of the Dark Elves, and the Queen of Spiders. And she is evil and lives in the abyss and has shape-shifting minions and giant spider people minions, and she herself is a giant spider person. If you imagine what a centaur would be if instead of a horse it was a giant spider, that's Lolth. Except she is huge. Imagine if Shelob from the Lord of the Rings had
the top half,
the
human body,
an elvish top half attached at.
So if they took the human face that they gave her in the video games and put that half on top of the spider half. Yeah. Except with white hair. Yeah, honestly, elvish. Yeah. Because she's part of she's the Drow, that's it. I wanted to say Drimwood, and I'm like, what's Drimwood? Is that a thing?
I have no idea.
Drimwood. Write that down. We're making that.
Anyway, there a lot of depictions of Lolth where basically a lot of the concept art for Lolth and a lot of her imagery online and in the lore, she has multiple arms as well, like multiple humanoid arms. And so this picture is giving me major Lolth vibes with the four arms kind of, holding each other. And I like it. The mask is really cool. I really like that mask.
I know the mask is what caught me first because I like how it's uneven. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, so here's my question. That spiral behind her head, is that her tail or is that part of the mask? Is that her hair?
It's part of the mask.
When I first saw it for a split second, thought it was her tail. I was like, oh,
that'd be kind of cool.
That would be kind of cool.
It has. I mean, I'm zooming in super far, but it has similar coloring.
Oh,
to the mask.
I see it now. Okay.
That little reddish.
Oh, that honestly, I makes it like it even more. And you can see that on our left side with the long horn, you can see like it's like a jawbone.
Mm-hmm.
So I
kind of serrated almost.
I think that she is, and I think is this thing could easily be male or female, but my brain
it looks female. I'm seeing red lips.
It's because and the lips, the very fine lips, and the hair.
The hair. In going back to D&D,
we love D&D here, especially Tim.
In Dungeons and Dragons, a lot of creatures from Far Realm, a lot of aberrations, right? And I'll define that real quick. Basically, aberrations are the weird and wild creatures that just don't fit. For example, a beholder is just a giant bulbous fleshy mass with a bunch of eyes. There's the aboleth, where it's just a big mass with a bunch of tentacles, and it's got
these are the gross. These are the fleshy more construct. Eldritch. These are the gross. These eldritch
are the more eldritch alien things.
We've had a lot of people, a lot of these connections. I realize we're starting to get into like this eldritch horror, and we even had someone reach out to talk to an artist who makes horror. And I'm funny. It's ironic because me and Tim.
We don't like horror.
But yet Tim says that. But he has made some very scary characters for my personal D&D sessions. Well, like for our group. And I was very shocked. The like area before we fought the final boss, all the really gross things he made.
Okay.
It was really gross, and he kind of was dealing in it also.
In our last
with the Crimson Dagger, there was a few times where I was like, that just happened. So not like it was horror, but it was suspense, and then it was like quick execution.
I will admit, in our last campaign, in our first campaign that I ran with these guys, the final boss was a lich who was attempting to ascend to godhood. He succeeded. It was kind of my take on Vecna a little bit and his ascension, but I wanted to do it my own way. Yeah,
we still won in the end.
Anyway, the inhuman horrors. Right, that's what this is reminding me of. This is reminding me of a very eldritch kind of being twisted by, I guess, the vortex of time and space. Like this, this feels like a monster I'd see in a Doctor Who episode or something.
Do you know what it reminds me of? Or actually, it doesn't really remind me of, but do you know what this is now replacing in my head? Do you remember our story about the dreams, like the man who kept dreaming and he come back and there was the light and dark and there was like the pitch type character that we were like making.
You said that, and that's where my mind went
to. They shatter the emerald and this is what pops out. That's the sort of thing like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like you're thinking eldritch, I am thinking pure shadow carnate nightmare things. Like, I don't know. I think she's terrifying no matter what. So now the question is, I don't know. What do we run with this? I don't think we're still kind of new with this, especially that I just looked at Tim and said, here's the inspiration. And we just slap it. Like, would this be our main character? Would this be an antagonist? Are we going to pull like a Maleficent? Because honestly,
I mean, this could be just one of the, we talked about coming back to that story before with the shadows and our hero with the magic in more of a modern time kind of thing.
Yeah.
That kingdom. Right. kind of Nimona style. I'm blanking on the name of what we called those.
I know. How dare we forget our own story?
It's been a minute.
Oh my gosh. Hold on. I can tell you.
But this feels like it would be one of the
constructs that he makes.
Yeah, one of the main henchmen.
Darn it. The episode was called The Lost Episode because it was the one that we recorded and then it all got deleted because someone's computer died. So I don't think we ever made a proper name. I want to call it like What Dreams May Come, but that's already been taken. I miss you, Robin Williams. But no, I get that would be. I think she definitely could be one of the henchmen for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ooh, because we did say that we were gonna have
either that or one of the nightmares from our Dreamweaver story.
Your Dreamweaver story?
Yours, the one that was basically just Lolth.
Oh,
but
mine wasn't Dreamweaver. Mine was
Dreams.
Woven. Yours was Dreamweaver with the boy who could manifest his dreams.
Oh, that was mine, wasn't it? But yeah, that guy, that one.
And now I feel like
feels like a nightmare that would come from that.
I feel like hope everyone's not going like, wow, you guys are just taking his stuff and shoving your stuff in it. We normally don't do that. It just reminded us of some of that stuff. I promise. Oh, now I feel like we're like backpedaling. And I lost it. I lost the picture. No.
Yeah.
Oh. No, but honestly, I honestly think, now that I said Maleficent, I would want to do like a Maleficent origin, but it wouldn't be like the cute Maleficent, like, oh, it turned out that Maleficent, it was just telling her side of the story. No, how does one become this? So we can't do another elf, Tim. It can't be another elf. Too many elves lately.
Here's what we'll do.
Too many elves.
And this is how DM Tim works. You guys are seeing something real quick for a minute.
See the process.
I'm imagining, because we want to take Maleficent, we want to take this person and twist them, and instead of Maleficent being a fairy or an elvish kind of creature, I'm imagining she is human and she is warped by something. And so I'm imagining in this world, maybe there's a nexus of chaotic energy that is surrounded by maybe a warped forest kind of thing. Just twisted trees and gnarly monsters and things.
So like a dark take of the Fae, like a very dark,
yeah,
like the worst part of the Fae.
But like it is in the world, not a separate
dimension. Okay.
Thing. And that's where all of chaos originates. And maybe this woman was betrayed by her expedition team or something and was left. And so she had to fend for herself. And living that close to the Nexus warped her in a way that, you know, it gave her the extra limbs, the 2 extra arms, and it maybe it altered the way that her face, the top of her face, you know, her nose and her eyes are shaped in a way that she had to cover up with a mask, and that mask ended up warping over time, and now she just can't remove it as it's become part of her.
Ew.
And
ooh,
yeah,
I like
kind of like a survival thing. Like this is the chaotic nexus energy warping around her psyche to help her survive.
Have you heard of the game Returnal? It's the PS5's answer to Metroid. I am now thinking of a Metroid, you know, Samus Aran. Samus type character, just this, an expeditioner set to go in here, set to go into this dark unknown place, just like Returnal, just like Samus. They travel. Ooh, and I just imagine she's all British.
Okay.
Like the voice of the captain from...
I'm looking at pictures of
Returnal. It was a good game. I really liked it.
That is kind of what I'm imagining the forest would kind of be.
No, it definitely gives that.
Monsters,
and that's alien.
Yeah. Eldritch beings. Well, and that's kind of what an eldritch monstrosity
would you say that Cthulhu is like an alien?
I think not an alien, but he is alien.
He is alien to us.
As in he is so different and incomprehensible that we just don't understand.
That's what I don't get about Ben 10. Is technically, if it's a different species from him, couldn't he just turn into any animal he wanted since it was a different species?
I think, if I remember right, it's been so long.
Sorry, guys.
Ben 10.
That's like a random thing for me.
I think the Omnitrix, it had pre-programmed aliens that he could turn into.
Yeah, so technically he could if he walked up to a giraffe and someone. It was actually a really cool thing. Anyway, no, we're getting off. Sorry, everyone, for the tangents. I like the idea of a lost exhibitionist.
You're going to want to cut that out because that is not a good word. An exhibitionist is someone who shows off their body.
Oh. I'm not going to cut that off because that just shows you how hard I struggle with stuff. Someone who goes on an expedition. An expedition team. Someone who got lost on an expedition. They got sent into this place. Why is it happening? What's it forming? I like the trope of there's always one survivor and a team finds another team finds them later on. The villain is someone who used to be exactly what the main, party was. They know exactly how they think, what they do, but they've been so warped and changed by time and place. Like the third Star Trek movie, the modern day, the most recent Star Trek trilogy when Idris Elba turned out to be the villain. You never saw it?
I know my dad's name is Kirk. I'm not big into Star Trek.
Is it your middle name, Kirk?
My middle name is Kirk.
Oh my gosh.
It's not. I just never really got into
Don't hate me, but the modern day Star Trek are better than the prequels. That's my take. They're not better than the original 3 Star Wars, but some of the aspects of the current Star Trek for me were a lot strong. Oh, they're honestly though, the most recent Star Trek trilogy is much better than the most recent Star Wars trilogy. Sorry, everybody.
I think anything is going to beat that. So
some people liked it, and we respect all opinions here. We do. We promise. We just judge you off camera. That's it. I'm just kidding. We don't.
No. Anyway, I think.
But I do think that would be the trope of this character. I think she would be someone lost. I think for her to be what the main party is, whatever they are, what would be their goal? Why are they traveling? Is this on an alien planet? Is this on Earth? Is this modern day? I kind of think modern day.
We could kind of take the Stranger Things route.
Ooh.
I watched season 1. I couldn't get into it, but I gave season 1 an honest try. I tried.
You got to try season 2. Season 2 for me is when it started picked up for me.
There we go. I just couldn't get into it, but I liked the concept, and it's similar with Gravity Falls too. It's that region is affected by the upside down or the weirdness, bubble magnetism, whatever, from Gravity Falls, right? Stuff is happening that's weird, and I like the idea that this is. I think we can just call it the Nexus.
All right.
And it's just pure concentrated chaos, right? Like if you took the plane of limbo and you condensed it into a psychomutable space the size of a small town, I think that would work. And that would be the nexus. And then surrounding that, state-sized, like United States state-sized, maybe like Wyoming.
Honestly, you're going to laugh. You know what was the first place I thought of? Chile.
Why?
You mentioned Chile earlier today.
I did. We were talking about Chile. I could be part of the Andes.
No, imagine her in just jungle of South America somewhere. Or does Chile not have a lot of jungle? I don't know Chile very well.
Not really. It's more
what about Peru?
Desert. We do Peru.
What about Peru?
Brazil.
And they've taken over
Amazon.
the Nexus has taken over the old Mayan or like any of those old pyramids. So it could be the Aztec, any one of those. Could you imagine that walking out of one of the pyramids? Is that what we don't call them pyramids?
I mean, it's a ziggurat, but
thank you.
A ziggurat's just a fancy word for pyramid. Like it's a fancy kind of pyramid.
I struggle with words. I know that Tim is 6 years younger than me, and I used to take college courses in English and literature, and yet somehow in the past decade, I swear my vocabulary has just shrunk. And I'm like,
I'm a storyteller. I'm a writer, author, DM, all of the things.
And I'm nothing. I'm just kidding. I guess I
also like to pretend that I know what words mean, and then later when I'm not feeling lazy about it, I'll look it up.
I am not one of those people. I will look at you and go, what did you mean by that word? Like, dude, that I just said tartar sauce. And I'm like, what?
There's been a few times where I'm describing something in Dungeons and Dragons and either Willem or Ethan or Cass or Tyler, one of them will stop me and be like, hold on, what?
What was that word?
And I have to clarify that what I was talking about means this and not this. And there's been a few of those, and it's been entertaining. But
okay, but seriously though, seeing her walking out of a ziggurat of any, where are they all located? I can't think of it now. Peru.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few in Mexico, right?
Mexico has different ones. Mexico's different.
Dang it. My brain is fried, guys.
I don't know.
It's hard being an adult and then doing this tonight. My brain has been doing emails and doing inventory all day. I am
8:45.
Right. It's 8:45.
We've been going all day.
And I keep waking up at 3 a.m. So anyway, That's not the point. The point is, I definitely see it. I definitely just, the vibe now I'm getting is a dark, we kept saying forest, especially after seeing the Returnal images. And now I'm just like, I can see this nexus concentrating there. And the thing is, we could say the Mayan, just because of the Mayan calendar, the prophecy, we could say that when 2012 hit, the world didn't end, but it just concentrated all of chaos and it all formed there. And it started spreading over time. So now that it's been, it's 20, let's say it's, now it's been 14 years since 2012. How far has it gotten? We see that it's been spreading. A lot of people are just like, oh, it's not really happening. Nothing's going on. Now it's 2026. This chaos ball has been coming out entirely, and this could be at the center of it, or at least is a head of it. And maybe it did. Maybe it is someone that used to be human. Ooh, it could be a archaeologist that was, or not archaeologist, just someone studying all the stuff, and they just happened to be near the very point of the nexus. They were there at the wrong place at the wrong time. And it just chose her. She's the vessel.
Like it. I like it. Yes.
Ew. Ah. And the thing is, like, over the years, and that's why, like, but why would she have the mask? If that is why it happened, why would she have a mask? Does she take a headdress from?
Maybe it's a baseball cap that was just warped by the.
Well, the jawbone is what gets me. So either are we saying that's her jawbone, or are we saying like she killed something and she like wore it and it just started everything, because it's been 12 years and everything is getting more warped. She is constantly, and I've been imagining she's like almost 10 foot or above. Like
That's what I was imagining too.
Huge. Like when, like maybe this expedition or team, when they finally are like, here is where it all started, we're going to send a team in. I imagine at one point they like sit there like, hey, it's not that bad. And we see her like a hand come up over the opening, and then she comes out at the very top, and it's very deceiving. You're like, oh, she looks normal size. And then she takes like 3 steps and she's like right next to him because she's chaos. Nothing makes sense. Perception is askew, everything. Mm-hmm. She could be giant one moment. She's right there. She could be normal. Ooh, she's constantly shifting. Like someone's just taking like the pen and constantly spinning it. They're just having fun.
The character creation dials, right, where you can increase and decrease the height and the weight and the.
Yeah, they're constantly changing. Ew. Kind of like I'm kind of sad that you named it Ball of Nexus, because I kind of wanted to call her Lady Nexus now, but I feel like we could totally get a better name for her.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I'm calling it the Nexus because a Nexus is just the center point, the origin of something, right? Like in Five Kingdoms, for example. The book series by Brandon Mull. If you haven't read those, you should go read.
Is that after Fablehaven?
They're
the same world.
It's separate.
Okay. I never read it.
Five Kingdoms. The magic system is based on a nexus. Like your soul has a nexus that you draw power from. And your nexus can be attacked and stuff. It's really cool. And yeah, I like the idea that maybe it was just a Mayan temple, and it maybe.
Well, they said that the world would end in 2012.
Yeah,
and ever since that point, the world didn't end. This point just started.
Yeah.
And slowly it would succumb.
What if instead of being an archaeologist, she was a tourist and she was wearing some ceremonial headdress for funsies?
Oh, like they were doing like a presentation?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, this is what they would wear during this time. Mm-hmm. Or maybe she was presenting. Maybe she was one of the presenters.
Could be kind of fun.
Oh, like they grab, and I don't want to try to like pretend like, oh, they could wear this, and I don't know too much.
Well, and we don't need to figure that out. I don't think we need to know every detail for it.
I just don't want it. Yeah, I think you're right, because all I could imagine is this is what it starts and morphs everything.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, whether it be a cap, where they're doing I imagine there's something that had a skull on it, whether it's maybe she's wearing a skin of an animal for a presentation, they're trying stuff on. Like, it'd be really sad if it's just like a mom with her children and family, and they're trying stuff on, and, the people who are showing around the, Peru are like, oh, this is what they wore for this is what they did for this. Oh, here, try this sundress on, and they're like this one's specially made so that we've replicated stuff, so here, try this on, and then that right then is when it all hits. So why? I guess why would it be her, and what would happen to everyone else? Is it just because she is standing right on the nexus at that very moment? Like, it could be funny, is that I imagine that they're like, oh yeah, the Mayans believe that the gods would end the world at this exact spot. So everyone, like, the time's coming, and like this whole crowd has appeared, and the mom is like sitting there with her kids and everything is just fine. And they're in like the safe area. But it just turned out that, after all these thousands of years and, weather, moon, the prediction was just slightly off. The Mayans were just off just by a couple 100 yards. And the mom was there instead. Just something stupid random like that. They're like, oh, this is the prophesied spot. But, they just were off. Like, they were right just by, just a few 100 meters. Everyone's sitting there like, oh, it's like the special occasion. And like the moon like comes up. It's something crazy. All these people are coming to spectate. And they're like, ooh. And then nothing happens. And all of a sudden, bam, eldritch light just comes from the ground right around her. Her eyes roll back. Then just... and then it begins. So, I don't know. It would just be... That would be one of those moments where you kind of chuckle like, they were off. But they were still right. Like, I love those type of tropes in a show. It's like, oh, they were 100% right, just off by 100 meters. So it's just sadly, it's just a mom, just a random mom or a random guide. It could be so fun. Like, I keep imagining a guide or something, and just whoa, and there's something crazy about her story. She was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. She became the Nexus.
She was actually just an accountant before.
Just poor. So would this chaotic energy, would this Nexus be a certain spirit? What is it doing to her? Is she taking on the persona? Is it some ancient deity that they didn't know about? Like, what do you think is possessing her? Or is it just her altogether? And are we just going to say that everyone is slowly turning into one of these things? Because that could be an option. Like, this couldn't be the main villain. This could just be a villain of the story. This could just be one of the things. Like, everyone in that area turned into something like this. Mm-hmm. But I do kind of think, but the thing is, like, that presence she's got just from this post, I don't really want her to just be just some lackey. I really don't. I think the idea that all this concentrate went into one person, like maybe it wasn't supposed to go into one person, but it did. Like, that could be the thing. It was just supposed to set off an event, but instead, maybe because she was in the way, the world didn't end right away. She just slowed it. And it's slowly starting to spread because she herself is breaking. Does that make sense? Like, after maybe 100 years or so or something, her body will just give out and the world will just end. So
her body is kind of a prison for all of the pure chaos.
And that's why she's starting to stretch. She's starting to get bigger. It's everything ending. It was supposed to be just this big sudden thing, and everyone was supposed to suffer at once. But this woman is like, and maybe that could be the big twist, is that I think I kind of like it being a mother now, because that could be the final sad scene when I don't know how we would defeat her, but it turns out everyone's going to be shocked when they realize that this woman all alone was holding it all back because she just wanted her two kids. And I'm imagining just a little boy and a little girl and one baby and her husband. And they were able to get out, and all she is she's hoping for them to have a better thing. Now, that could be the sad twist at the end. Like, everything is happening and things are still changing and the Nexus bubble is still growing. Okay. Is that lame? Lame?
No. And
because I'm a sucker for mom characters. I really am.
Yeah. We could go a number of different routes to kind of finish out the story. One of the routes I've got three actually in mind. Three ways that we could finish our story.
You know, I could see random thing is I love when me and Tim, and you guys can probably watch this along with us, is when one of us are going off on like a story, you can see the other one of us going, listening, but then also just, and I love it. So you said three?
I've got three possible ways that it could end.
Okay.
The first one is super, super, super depressing.
Oh,
and
gosh.
it's just that she gives out and we just, the world ends.
Okay.
The end.
The end. The end.
And yeah, something like that. And maybe to make it not depressing, we could throw in like, oh, that's just the prophecy. What actually happened is a lot cooler. Like she actually just sacrificed herself and became the vessel of chaos and became a new god kind of thing.
Oh, kind of like Betty in Adventure Time. You didn't watch Adventure Time.
I did not watch Adventure Time. I'm sorry.
Love it. Love it. If you know, you know.
But yeah, that is the second one, is that she just becomes basically the avatar of chaos. Not Avatar as in the Last Airbender Avatar. I mean Avatar as in the host and kind of the
thing that represents it all.
You represent this thing.
You are the figure.
You have become axiomatic with this concept.
See, he says these words.
Yes. And I think that could be kind of cool, where she is chaos now. Like she is the god of chaos, and so people start a new, a bunch of religions around her and around, you pray to the god of chaos that your luck might be good, and pray to the god of chaos that nothing unexpected happens today, right? And stuff like that. And the third one is the more this would be the more Hollywood kind of way that things would go, I think. But the kids, I think the dad would probably die of grief or some disease or something, and the kids kind of series of unfortunate events style, they go on an adventure to
stop.
I was about to say to save their mom, and they'd find some ancient Mayan artifact that would trap the chaos and siphon it from their mother and return her to normal. Which that could be the way we go. And then we have to ask, because we talked about this last week, what happens to the mother? Was she just in a coma for those 14 years? Or is she present and aware of things? Or is her mind just kind of broken? Or like how, I don't know. Those are my three ways that I can imagine this playing out.
I definitely think I like when right before you started saying the third one, I automatically was like, what if the three children were part of the party that went out? Because let's say it happened this year, 2026. It's been 14 years later. So if they were like 7, 5, and 2, they would be 18. How old did I say? 7, 5, and 2.
16, 18, and 20.
20. 16, 18, and 20. That's a pretty young group. So maybe we could shift their
16,
ages.
19, and 21, I think.
Something like that.
Whatever. You guys can math. It's fine.
So maybe we add 3 years to each of the kids, and that would make them all in their 20s. Yeah, that would show them all in there. No, it would make the youngest would be 19, so on the verge of being 19. But still, I think that's a good age.
An adult.
I think an adult, like, it's right when you are in the early stages of adulthood and the freedom is there. I think that the dad passing away at some point, or maybe he's still alive. I don't know. Maybe the dad is part of the party. I don't know. But why would it change? Were they from America? Were they from another country? Or has it just been like, what has been going on for the 14 years? How far has the bubble gone? Has it just been slowly building? Is it starting to encompass everything? Has she been traveling the whole world? Has she just been taking chaos with her everywhere?
I'm kind of imagining that it's every year the circle grows by a mile. Just over time, it grows at a steady rate of about a mile, kind of drawing everything that's chaos.
It's only 16 miles
in one direction. That's 32 miles. You can see that from space.
Okay.
So it's nothing crazy, but when it's
sending out
the world and changing, the environment and creating these crazy.
It could be sending out chaotic waves.
It could be.
It's sending out things that's doing
these
earthquakes.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because we live on the Wasatch tectonic plate here.
Yeah, we're on the Wasatch Front.
And if that were to, if there was something chaotic spreading things, that could cause that fault to go. Mm-hmm. That could cause, Yellowstone. Like, that could be the concern, is like every year, like, stuff is happening. People are like, she is pushing back the clock. She is sending out these waves. People are getting furious. And oh my gosh, it's starting to like match what's going on nowadays. Oh, this is hitting too close to home.
It's so chaotic, and no military force has been able to subdue it because it's chaos. You can't kill chaos.
You're gonna fight. You're gonna throw gasoline on a fire and hope it goes out.
Yeah, and I'm imagining like it is a massive, just twisted jungle now, like just titanic trees.
And the things that are coming out of it now are stuff from horrors, as we've said.
Those of you who've played Twilight Princess.
Ooh,
that size of trees that I'm imagining.
Ooh, but the thing, or like even the beasts. Oh my gosh, she totally is like an evil Midna.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, wait a minute. Oh my gosh,
I can see that. It's just mask.
It's just Midna. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, similar color scheme too.
Oh my gosh, it's Midna. Please tell me we got close. Do you know that I am? That's Midna. Like at the end of the game. Like that's pretty darn close. That's funny. That just like slinked.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I'm looking at a picture of Midna and like the helmet and everything.
That's pretty close. That's pretty good. Darn it! Now we've
I like it. Lolth meets Midna.
Yeah, I really like it. Chaos incarnate.
Mm-hmm.
All the creatures come out. They're like huge. They're gross. Ew. They're like falling apart. Ew. And now that you said like Bill Cipher, it definitely, because Bill couldn't get out of Gravity Falls because it was
the bubble. The Gravity Falls weirdness magnetism, I think, is what Ford calls it.
Oh,
we just finished. Sabrina and I just finished watching
my camera
Gravity Falls again.
There you go.
A couple weeks ago.
So
for the 7th or 8th time. It's a good show. We really like that. We really like Gravity Falls.
No, it's a good show, and I think.
But I'm totally imagining like Weird Mageddon is basically how this area is, just a little bit more wild in that it's wildlife.
And
has gone more wild.
But after 16 years, when everything else is, when you've had things, people are starting to get worried because after 16 years, we've had, we could have Wasatch Front falling, we could have things collapsing. It is making earthquakes, tsunamis, all these things. And it's like, oh my gosh, this was supposed to be the end of the world. 2012 was supposed to happen, but she's keeping it all at bay.
You're going to roll your eyes.
It's a Destiny.
Yeah. In Destiny, current state of Earth as of this last expansion Right. Basically, for those of you who are not familiar with the story of Destiny, in Destiny, it's Earth and the solar system in the far future, and we've been granted powers by a giant cue ball in the sky that made other worlds habitable. One of the things that I really like about the lore in Destiny is there's a few entities known as the Nine, and they are imagine if Earth and Mars and the Sun each had a soul, a sapient, sentient consciousness, right? That we're able to kind of they're fourth dimensional beings, so they see all of time from beginning to end. They see everything all at once, and they're able to manipulate things through time to go their way. And they see everything happening. What happens when the guardian spirit of Earth is killed and removed? What happens to Earth when the consciousness that forged it into what it is and that has been holding the planet together is removed? Right? And so we're the current expansion and our next several expansions, we're going to be exploring that a lot more. But like there's some things where blood rains from the sky sometimes, and I think it's the Andes or the Alps have turned to copper.
Oh gosh.
And there's all of these crazy geographical and physiological changes that are happening to the planet. I'm imagining that's kind of what's happening here. This is pure chaos, right? These mountains are no longer made of mountain. They are pure methane liquid that are just held together because that's how people imagine it to be. But it's methane, right? And at any second it could flood. And these trees are made out of broccoli and red vines. And these animals are not really animals anymore. Their fur is sewing needles, and their mouths are backpacks or something weird, something just wild, absolutely out there. I'm imagining that's kind of what's going on. This is what would happen if you gave a fourth grader the ability and the money to create whatever they wanted. Right? That's
imagine just the. Well, I think it would only be in that bubble though.
Yeah, in the bubble.
In the bubble, it's like,
but
what is happening?
In the bubble, the things in the bubble, that's big enough.
They make no sense.
That area is big enough. It would have other effects on the rest of the world. Right? You launch a nuke in there, and then the nuke just turns into flower petals. Right? Or fallen leaves.
Ooh, they could have tried that. They were like, oh, they cleared the area for that, but when the nuke exploded, it spread out the bubble more. Like that was a mistake they made. So the bubble isn't, they were foolish because they were like, oh, we're going to get rid of the whole thing and scorch earth it. But instead it it's
100 miles across.
The nexus just went, 32. And it like exploded. Like that's what they did when they first, maybe that's why it happened. They like tried throwing a bunch on her. Because she was just like I imagine like, so it goes back to 2012 and everyone's like counting down like, all right, everybody, this is when it was supposed to happen. All right, 3, 2, yay, nothing. And everyone's like staring at this spot they all focused on. They're like, see, nothing. And all of a sudden you see the mom scream and it's just a point. I don't know if it would come from the sky or from below, but it just shines on her. And she is just, I don't know if she would start changing right then and there, But I imagine that like she grabs the ground and her husband like grabs the baby and you can see like claws are starting to form. But all I imagine is like she digs her hand in the ground and that's when the bubble starts. It's just simply, it just spreads really fast. And all the people around her start, I don't know. I think it would be a very terrifying scene. And I think that the mom would look at the husband. I would want a very powerful scene for her to look at the husband and say, get them away. And when he, and when he tries to like help her, she like shoves him, but also like slashes at him because it's, chaotic. And he now has like a giant scar. Like he sees how bad it is. And we'll see like some guards try to help, but they're not going to make it because she's going to start tearing, rip and tear until it's done sort of scene. And the poor kids are just going to see mom. And we see the toddler. No, because I said that I wanted to age them all up. But I just imagine that the youngest child looks back and it's just not mommy staring at her. It's something else. So, ooh. But I think her over the 16 years, 4 limbs, killed some animal and everything is just twisting. She wears the mask. She doesn't. Maybe there are parts where she, is sentient, but she doesn't want to see what she looks like. So she covered it with a mask, but then the mask started changing too. Oh. No, I like this a lot. I think this is it's a simple villain. It's a weird take. So I don't know how they beat her. I don't want to be like, because how you defeat chaos with order, but what would be like the way of order? And yes, I'm trying to have you spill the beans here.
current D&D campaign, they're going up against a god of chaos.
Dang it. Come on, Tim.
I'm not spoiling anything for that. No.
Come on.
You have the information you need.
This was my plan the whole time. Just kidding. No, but how do you, how do you store chaos? How do you keep it? You don't just throw a book at it and go, order. Like you don't.
I don't know. It goes back to the 3 ways that we could end the movie, with the world ending, with her just ascending to becoming a higher being, right? Like,
so no matter what, you do not think that the mom is going to be with her children again. You think it's low. The likelihood is low. Yeah. It stinks.
And sometimes we got to have those stories.
I do want there to be a cute moment. If we were to have a moment with the 3 kids, maybe even the dad. All I imagine is there's just going to be a cute moment where she's holding all 3 of them. She looks normal. She looks great. And they're sitting together. For some reason, I'm just imagining they're all sitting at a picnic laughing. And she's like, I'm so proud of you guys. And then they all wake up and she's gone. Like they're all sitting around the spot where their mom transformed the first time. Like they're sitting there laughing and they like open their eyes and they're all laying together right on the spot where their mom changed the first time. And that's how I would like imagine it. Like everything looks normal. Like everything looks fine. And here's the cheesy thing is I would want the only thing left of the mom to be like some souvenir shirt. And it said like, I survived 2012 or something. Like it's like a cheesy shirt she bought for the occasion. And it just sit there. And then like the youngest kid who is now 19 is going to pick up the shirt, smell it and cry. Be like, it smells just like her. And yeah, I just don't know how they do it. But that is how. And I know you guys are like probably thinking, oh God, that's so lame. I'm like, then you let us know how you'd end it. Because
I was gonna say, how about you guys help us?
That's a big decision for it. But for the most part, I just wanted to talk about this character, and I think that we got a pretty. We cool talked idea. A lot about it. It went from just being this crazy, scary, unknown figure to, no, this is a mom that got turned by chaotic energy into a monster, and she's sending chaotic waves throughout the world, and her children are going to try to save her. That was a strange turn. That was a lot of left turns right there. We're pretty chaotic. No. Is there any scene, like, before we end it up, is there any scene? I've already told you a few scenes I've wanted. Is there a scene that, like, is bugging you in your mind that you would want to be either told in the story, to be shown on the big screen? Like, what is part of the story that you're like, I would want to see this from this character?
I already shared what I want to see.
Okay, well, I think that's the best we can, and I hope that we have done this character justice, and I hope that you guys aren't too. For anyone who tuned in all the way, thank you for watching, because this is what we do. We just talk about fun stories and go back and forth. And
yeah, if you hung out with us to the end, thank you.
What would be?
We see our retention. We know.
We see it. It's growing. What would be her name?
I have no idea.
Like, and I'm just saying normal.
Molly. Yeah, Molly. That's
her name. You know what? I think Molly would be a good mom. She is a good mom. Aw. It'd be really sad. If there were one scene, it would be that these kids trek all the way. They lose people on the way to get there. They finally get to the place where their mom changed. You know, it's not too far from the palace, and they just see this figure sitting alone, and it like speaks all garbled for a second, and then finally it switches to English in their heads. Like, it's just garbled, but in their head they start understanding it. The figure is just saying, 3 little children all the way to see little old me. And she gets ginormous for a second, steps down from the ziggurat, gets super close. And for a split second, you know, when she gets close and goes to grab the children, there's a split moment where she softens up and holds all of them. And you just hear in a very tearful voice, my babies. And then it quickly changes back. I would just want that, just for a split second. Mm-hmm. I don't know how they beat her. We've made a big pill to swallow in defeating this character. But I think I would want her children to be involved. I would want her children to see how it ended. I would want to see what would become of it. And I think that in a time that it's very chaotic, it's easy to try to pinpoint it on one thing, but the point would be to just find peace of mind throughout chaotic times. So that's a cute little lesson for the day, I guess. Well, I guess that's my thoughts for the episode. I got nothing left. So, Tim, I leave it to you.
Yeah, I like this. This was fun, and it's been a long day. So sorry if we rambled. Again, thank you for hanging out with us all the way to the end. It was a fun episode. I liked it. I got nothing else to add. So, just as usual, you know, you guys kind of know the deal at this point, and if you don't know, you're about to know. You know, as usual, just love each other, be kind, and remember, no matter how chaotic life seems, there's always a way forward. And until next time, we will see you later, pitches.
Bye.